Hello and welcome back to BannerKings, and we're entering a tournament. Yeah, you know, we gotta go into some tournaments sometimes. It breaks up the monotony of going into battles all the time, and I'm actually pretty happy about this because this actually gives me also a nice opportunity to level my weapon skills. And that may seem super funny because considering, I mean, you know, come on, we're in battles almost all the time. But the thing is, we don't have the ability to really benefit from our one-handed skill at all in these battles, because most of the time all I'm going to be doing, you guessed it, is using my polearm. That's it. I'm just going to use my polearm because why would I use anything else? You know, it's just too effective. RBM just makes spears way too effective. I mean, I'm not complaining, by the way. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that in general it makes no sense whatsoever to use a one-handed on horseback if you have a spear. Because if you have a spear, you're more than likely going to be doing massive piercing damage, as you can see right here. Look at the amazing amount of damage we're able to do here as well as a result of our pierce attacks. And that is all she wrote for that first round. Okay, here we go. We got a two-handed. This might be a little bit problematic if I am left by myself. Oh, that was close. Okay. Oh, nice. Good work, sir. Nice. There we go. My two-handed skill is literally at 6. Well, it was at 6, and now it's at 8. So, that's funny. Alright, don't give me another two-handed... Oh, they did. Alright, well, actually, I love two-handed weapons, but this is going to be a bit problematic. Possibly. Maybe. What is he doing? Did you see that? Why did he... He decided to block almost in the wrong direction every single time. What is he doing? This is so funny. I don't know what he's doing, but you know, I'm actually okay with that because look at how much skill I get just by blocking. You see what I mean? That's it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's so funny. It feels like you gain more skill for blocking than attacking. And into the last round it is. This is the two-handed axe again. Maybe this is going to be a little bit more difficult because this guy is... Okay, never mind. He's not blocking. Bit weird. Not sure why. Oh, wow. This axe has a really deceptive reach as well, by the looks of things. I'm so pleased that I have such an incredible amount of armor now, so I basically don't have too much to worry about in regards to damage, but we still have to be careful. Any kind of overhead. Look at how much I'm leveling. Literally. Look at how much I'm leveling from this. It's actually crazy. He's dead. There you go. Yeah, you know what? If you're going to play this alongside me, or if you're going to play this at some point in the future, I would highly recommend just literally going into some arenas, going into some tournaments and things. That is really going to make a huge difference to you. And basically what I've been doing this entire time is just trying to rectify my morale situation. And as you can see, I seem to have done a relatively decent job. Now, the one thing that I am not entirely sure of is what is a textile in this game? What actually counts as a textile? Is that clay? Is that wool? Is that silk? I guess those things, right? Alright, so we're in a battle against 2 Empire vassals. I was actually thinking about going into Vlandian territory because I thought, oh, you know what? Maybe they've, you know, gotten their armies back up and running. But after the 17th caravan had run away from me because they were way too fast, I thought, hey, you know what, I'm just gonna forget this and I'm just gonna go over to Empire territory again. And that seems to actually have made a bit of a difference because what I'm seeing right now is I'm seeing a consistent amount of troops in every single one of these people's armies, and I'm very pleased about that because otherwise I have to spend so long actually just running after people constantly. And that's really annoying, you know, that is actually surprisingly annoying. I wouldn't have expected it to be so frustrating, but it is. And so, you know, basically just going after a stronger faction, hilariously enough, is actually the play. Because first of all, it is obviously going to provide us with much more benefit in general. It's going to provide us with benefit of renown, more influence, more experience, all that wonderful stuff. But obviously on the flip side of that, it is also going to potentially provide us with a defeat. It is always possible, you know, it is always possible that we're going to make a mistake and then head into a battle where we are outnumbered. And in those cases, we may have to bite the bullet a little bit and actually just die, you know. We might have an issue there. Who knows? We might indeed have an issue. And in those cases, well, then we just have to roll with it, I suppose. As I've always done. I'm not going to be cutting anything. If I get defeated, then you're going to see that. Because that's the whole point. For me, specifically, I very much appreciate enjoying the journey. You know, even if that does end up in a defeat every now and again, I much prefer that over a pristine run. Because a pristine run is not, in my opinion, it's not very enjoyable. Because it's just, you know, a steamroll. And I personally very much appreciate when some things don't go as planned, you know? But that's obviously me. That's just me personally, you know? But I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's actually quite funny because there are many times in many of my series where I've taken a risk just purely for the entertainment because I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be fun to see that. In comparison to if I were to play completely safely, because obviously there are those moments where I could literally just play completely safe and I wouldn't have to worry at all and I could just relax. But is that fun though? Don't know, sometimes I guess so. Yeah, sometimes it definitely could be fun, but for me personally, I very much appreciate doing those risky maneuvers because in a risky maneuver, you're always going to have the benefit of adrenaline. You're always going to be seeing, you know, what if I could have defeated that army of 1,000 people or whatever. Oh wow, I actually killed that guy with 2 damage. Can you believe it? That's hilarious. Anyway, 34 influence there, 12 renown. Let's take a look at our privilege points actually. Let's take a look at those in just a second and actually see what's going on with them because we may in fact have enough to be able to get another promotion or another perk or trait or whatever in our career track. It may very well be the case, unfortunately for me, that I will have to go off screen for quite some time just to allow, well, time to pass. Because well, I don't know whether you've noticed so far, but BannerKings very much has a slower paced gameplay, as I've already said, and in general, it may very well be needed or necessary for me to just let the game run. Just let the game run. I'll just, you know, stand myself in a town somewhere with enough food and all that stuff to maintain my army, and then see what happens, you know, see what kinds of things we're actually going to get. I'm going to go for plus 32 handed skill. Yeah, or we could destroy shields. I think destroying shields actually might be more important. Anyway, let's go over to our career screen. Yep, that's not it. It's over here. There we go. There's the career. Okay, so we have, look at that. We have 474 career points. We have now served for 172 days, if you can believe it. So we do have a privilege available, as you can see right there. We also have increased points gain. Our reputation is providing us with +2. What does that mean? Because as far as I'm aware, I don't really have a reputation. Also, by the way, someone mentioned that they wanted me to take a look at the Levy character and professional character, and as you could quite clearly tell, these are both grayed out. There is nothing I can do about this. I'm not entirely sure what these are all about either, because I cannot mouse over them. They don't show me a tooltip or anything like that, so I won't be able to see. I can assume that these are the options right here. So, for example, the Mercenary Levy. Establish a Mercenary Levy. Tier 3 troop for your company. A custom troop is designable and will only be available for your clan in towns of the kingdom associated with the career they were designed. I'm going to assume that that is indeed that's the Levy character right here. And then when you have the professional character, which is a tier 5 troop for your company, a custom troop, you know, that is completely designable and will only be available for your clan in towns of the kingdom associated with the career they were designed. So that's, as far as I'm aware at least, that is the professional character. In other words, when you click on this, you then enter some kind of My Little Warband menu, I assume, and you're then going to be able to customize a custom troop for your, specific specification and things like that. And for me personally, I'm not actually wanting to do this right now. I will be doing it a little bit later on, but you could see here, it says, will only be available for your clan in towns of the kingdom associated with the career they were designed. Now, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I don't want to waste career points on something that I could be spending on something else like increased pay, for example, and that's going to provide me with something much, much more, at least in my opinion. You can also do this if you want to save up your points, but I'm going to be going for increased pay once again. As you can see, that literally just reduced my career points by only 100, which is actually pretty cool. So we are getting 10% now, as far as I'm aware, right? If that's correct, then I'm very, very pleased. If that's not correct, then, well, I'm not entirely sure. Because why would they allow you to buy it again if it wasn't actually allowed, right? No. Or wasn't actually going to be any kind of benefit. But anyway, we're just going to go into the auto-resolve there. There is no point in fighting these miniature these miniature vassals. That's very disrespectful for me to call him a miniature vassal, isn't it? Okay, wait, let me actually just go over to rotate real fast as well, because this is super, super close by to us. And, well, I don't know whether you could tell, but we have huge amounts of prisoners. Look at this. Look, there's another lord there that I wouldn't have minded fighting, but unfortunately I just don't have any space. So it's not going to be particularly useful. There is a ransom offer there. 660, sure, I'll take it. Why not? There's a hideout there as well. I mean, technically we could do some tasks if we wanted to. Ooh, look at what we have here. We have an Imperial Thamaskene Steel Spear. Now, I'm wondering whether this is actually better than what we have. I mean, obviously not better in terms of length, and not better in terms of thrust damage factor, but it does have a higher swing speed. I did like the lance a great deal, so I'm not sure. Gonna keep it. Just in case. We're gonna sell everything else, gonna sell all of this, gonna sell every single thing here, and that's 19,000. 19,000, thank you. Then we also have this other stuff here. Let me see. Okay, I actually have no idea. Decrease morale shock, I guess. And then for our other guy, we'll just give him that. There we are. That sounds pretty good to me. And then we'll just sell a couple of animals here. And let's just take a quick look. We've got loads of grain. Yeah, I mean, that's the point. As I said, I think textiles, I think that means clay, right? Doesn't that mean clay? Doesn't that mean clay and wood and stuff like that? I mean, as you can see, according to morale, it is not wood. So textiles means things like cloth, right? Cloth and silk and wool and all that stuff, right? So does that mean hides? Yeah, textile supplies, plus 144. Yeah. So we do actually have some textiles now. Okay, that's hilarious. All right, I just bought all of their stuff, basically, which is hilarious. Okay, so some people said that maybe you can get noble troops from towns. As you can see, there doesn't seem to be any noble troops here. So I will be recruiting them nevertheless, but I think BannerKings just changes the way that works, and I'm going to assume that it's more, should we say, more randomized. As you can see, we do have some here, but that's very minuscule, very, very small amounts of troops there. Some villages have massive amounts of them, by the way, so it's very much just a case of just finding the right village at the right time, because later on, if you were to return to that same place, it's not always going to be providing you with the exact same troops that are available there, which is kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure why that is. Oh yeah, I don't even know why I'm going to Botanian territory to do this. That's kind of weird. I don't really want to recruit anyone from there, but I guess it doesn't matter. We did discover them, which I suppose is pretty decent. This is a massive caravan train. This always tends to happen here. I'm actually not entirely sure why. Seems like it's a bit of a bug or something like that. I don't really know. Oh, nice. We got another point in roguery. Okay. We seem to actually be gaining roguery quite fast when we hand in things now. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know what's changed. but we do seem to be getting a little bit more, which is quite nice. I'm going to go for some meat here as well. Let's see what else we have available. We got silk, tools. I don't even know whether this is even any good, but I'm just going to be doing it, I guess. And we are now probably going to go for a marriage, I think. Should I? I'm a little bit worried, actually. A little bit worried about that. Because the thing is, if I arrange the marriage with Nadea, and then we have a disaster, like I don't know, like I get defeated or something like that, then bad things are only going to be awaiting us, because I basically then have no money whatsoever. I have no army at that point either. So I think what I wouldn't mind doing is just fighting a couple of extra vassals, just a couple of extra vassals. I'm not even talking about a huge amount here, but just a couple of extra vassals, and then just making it so that our mercenary contract is expanded quite dramatically. Okay, don't fight me. Okay, yeah, no, they don't want to fight. That's fine. And let's take a look at this insane amount of troops here. So many caravans. Okay, can we actually fight these guys? They're moving so fast. It's absolutely impossible to get them into a battle. As you can see, they're moving at 1.1 faster. Oh, they just trapped themselves? Okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, they for some reason, the caravans, they do tend to do that quite often, which I gotta say, I am very pleased about, because that makes it a lot easier for me, but kind of weird. Anyway, ooh, hello. Wait a minute. Hello, 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 hello. You are, ooh, you're looking very, very appetizing, mainly. Let's have a look. Let's actually see who these guys are. Okay, tier 3. Okay, they are tier 3 cavalry. Oh, I actually leveled up. I didn't even realize that. Okay, I guess lordship is going to be the thing that we'll probably try to increase now. I guess? I don't know. That's the problem, because there are so many things that I want to increase. I want to increase my polearm skill. I want to increase my scouting skill. As you can see, my scouting skill is now starting to cap out pretty badly. So I don't really want to... we still got a decent learning rate on this, so I'm going to go for the last point in scouting, I guess. Should I even go for the last point in scouting? Yeah, sure. Why not? Why not? And let's go into the battle here. Who are we actually going to fight? No. It's just this guy? It's just this guy, I think? Yeah, it is just this guy. Okay, so this is going to be a tough one. Now, if we can succeed in actually winning against this guy, then I will marry Nadea straight away after this. That's what we'll do. That will be our celebratory, you know, victory feast or whatever, because let's face it, if we don't win here, then, well, we're dead, and we may as well just resign ourselves to never getting a spouse or anything like that. But, no, wait a minute. The combat strength is all of a sudden much better now. Okay, that's interesting. That's kind of weird. All right. Well, I guess that's fine. I guess that's okay. Is my horse lame, by the way, now? Because it did get eliminated in a previous battle, so I'm actually kind of hoping that it's not lame. If it is, then we might have some issues, but... Nice damage. Look at that. That was insane. Wow. What a nice hit there. And I can maybe just try and do a little bit of damage to these guys as well. Even if I can eliminate their horses or whatever, it doesn't really matter. As long as I can do damage to them, and no matter who it is, then we should be good. Because taking cavalry off their mounts is actually a significantly good thing to do. Or try to do, at least. I'm just trying to basically be a distraction while my troops get into position, because if I can actually distract the enemy even just a little bit, that is all that I really need to do. Just a small amount of distraction can really turn the tide of a battle. It's actually quite surprising how effective that can be at times. Oh, I really wanted to get that guy, but I was a bit too slow on that. Sad. Yeah, these guys are going to be a bit annoying, so maybe not the best idea to go after them instead of going after some of the weaker units here. There we go. Just doing a little bit of damage here and there. And my archers, yeah, you know what? I feel like the auto-delegate AI actually is so much better with RBM than it is with the basic settings. And obviously, as you might expect, that is supposed to be the point, you know. That is literally supposed to be the point, but as you can no doubt tell, we are actually inflicting some pretty decent damage here. A little bit worried still, actually, though. I gotta say. I am a little bit worried. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure what to make of this, because on the one hand, I feel like we're probably going to be in a pretty decent situation, and maybe we are even going to achieve victory, but it's kind of on the cusp. You know, it's one of those situations where it's just like, I'm not sure. Because if we look like we're going to lose, I should probably get out of here. Okay, no. Okay, come on now. Nice. Nice. Come on now. Yes. It's actually surprising how much damage one can do, literally just by randomly poking at the back here. Even without any speed, it just seems to do good damage. It's not even, you know, it's not even terrible. You know, we're doing 45 to the head here, and especially when they have decent helmets. Nice. Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. Whew. Okay. That was maybe a little bit closer than I would have liked. But it seems like we are actually fine. I actually wonder how much influence and renown we are going to get for this. Need to stop him in his tracks. Maybe we can actually do something here. Trying to take out his horse, actually, all things considered, because he's going to be absolutely immune to damage otherwise. I'm pretty sure. Maybe? Unless I can get him from behind. Nah, it's looking not right. That's not going to happen. Nope. He's just making things very difficult for us right there. But it's okay. We seem to have achieved victory. We ended up losing quite a few troops, but clearly this guy did not know what was up. And that is indeed a victory for us. They're actually starting to retreat now as well, which is actually fantastic. And I look at my cavalry. My cavalry are all absolutely fine. I think that's the main issue. Every single time we actually go in against enemies, they seem to use their cavalry in really weird ways that doesn't actually seem to be super impactful. And I think that's the reason. That must be the reason, surely, because there's no way that I'm an amazing commander here, because I'm just auto-delegating, you know. I'm not really doing anything specific, because I'm not trying to, you know. I'm just trying to do as best as I can with my own character, and that's it. We did get 10,000 cash for that as well. We can actually let him go. And we can just gain, wow, yeah, that's actually a lot of people. Let's try to get some really, really high tier people actually to join us there for our prisoners. And we're going to gain a significant amount of armor and items. And these things are not looking particularly amazing. So I will just take all of them. And that is going to be it. There you go. All right, so let's find Nadea, shall we? Let's find Nadea and actually do the marriage, because that's going to be really, really fun. We'll maybe even be able to have children relatively quickly. Maybe. Yeah, you know what? I still got to say, I still don't understand what textiles actually are. I'm going to assume it's wool, right? It's wool and silk and stuff like that, because when I actually was running around right now, it said, look at this, textiles would provide me with plus 44. But let me actually just see here, because as you can tell, I just bought some wool. It doesn't tell me, by the way, it just tells me alcohol and wood, and that's pretty much it. So I'm kind of a bit concerned about that. But yeah, anyway, okay. So she's 28. Let's see what Garios is. That's actually Lucon. Sorry, my bad. Let's go over to Garios. Where is he? He is near Zionica. Okay. So, let me just very quickly go back in here because I want to sell some of my stuff. And we want to get rid of all this. There we go. Yes, we're getting so much cash. This is such an incredibly rich town. Look at it. 1 million gold. 1 million gold. Can you believe it? That is actually insane. Okay, well, whatever the case, we have a decent amount of cash right now. Not too bad. And we're getting a huge amount from our mercenary contract, as you could see. And I can only hope that we're going to be able to go through with the marriage, arranged marriage, so we don't have to worry too much about our reputation. But maybe it's not even going to work, because maybe my clan tier is not even high enough. That's the problem. Maybe it's just not even high enough yet. And in which case, then I'm going to have to do some grinding. I'm going to have to do some grinding. I'm going to have to fight a huge amount of troops. There's Garrios. Hello there, sir. Okay, I have come back once again. Okay, so let's have a look-see. Okay, I'd like to propose this. Okay, so, yeah, it's going to be Barney, and it's going to be Nadea, of course. And then, okay, so, as you can see, my spouse score has gone up slightly. Very small amount, in actual fact. And, yes, not great. It is not acceptable. It says it's not acceptable. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Whether or not their clan will accept this proposal, this is mainly dictated by the difference of value between the spouses, but also influenced by their relationship with each other and the clan's trust towards you, as well as other kingdom-related matters, such as matching cultures and faiths. Okay. And it says that she's not available for marriage. Is that... Did she get married off to someone else? If she got married off to someone else, that's going to be very bad for us. Let's have a look. I actually have no idea. No. Apparently she hasn't. Interesting, interesting. Okay, I guess I'm going to have to speak to her first then. Alright, so we're going to be speaking to Nadea here. She's actually a part of this army. So we're going to see if maybe... no. As you can quite clearly tell, this doesn't appear to do anything. The only thing that I can do is literally give her some money. I could give her some money and just kind of hope that that does something. I guess I could give her 20,000. Increase my by 3. By 3. Yep. That's actually kind of terrible. Yep. So yeah, I guess the only thing that I can really do now is level up my clan tier. As I was on my way over here, I actually took a look at this, and as you can see, it's going to require another, well, pretty significant amount of grinding, because I'm getting around, what is it, 20, well, let's say, let's be a bit more conservative with our estimate here. Let's say I'm getting around 10 to 30 renown every single time I win a battle of medium-ish size, and that is not amazing. It's gonna take me, let's say that I get 20 every single time, and I need, what is it, 370? Is that 370, I think? Yeah, something like that. Well, whatever the case, that is going to take me around 40 battles, or about that, approximately 40 battles to get it. So that is kind of harsh, and that's kind of making me think that maybe what I should do is lower the renown scaling just a little bit, because otherwise it's going to take me a huge amount of time playing off screen to get that, and otherwise I'm going to have to, well, I'm basically going to have to show you huge amounts of battles, and I don't know whether you want to see that. Well, you can let me know anyway in the comments. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.